Hey everyone, I want to do a Q&A session about creative financing. So yeah, live on all platforms right now. So whatever platform you're logging in from, if you have any questions, definitely let us know. It's going to be Q&A talking about creative financing, which Mel and I do. A very quick, 30-second elevator pitch about who Mel and I are. Full-time real estate investors. We now invest in 5 different countries, right? Canada, US, Costa Rica, Mexico, Dominican Republic. We do so with other people's money in creative financing. And without partners is our preference. So we now have 264 units. We just had a deal close July 2nd or July 1st. So Canada Day here in Canada. So we had a deal close in Edmonton, Alberta. It was actually an agreement for sale, which same difference as what you call in the US a wrap mortgage. So yeah, close on one of those deals. We can chat about that today if people want to know about wrap mortgages or agreement for sales. So I can definitely touch on that. So yeah, if you're joining in from TikTok, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Or if you're on all other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, if you have questions, do not be shy. How to buy properties, how to buy income properties. So yeah, literally that's a very broad term. How to buy income properties, right? Could be so many different things. But what we like doing is we like doing seller financing, which is basically having the owner hold a mortgage for us. So either in our own name or like the agreement for sale deal that we just did, where we are not on title, we did not qualify, and we're not on the mortgage either. That's also a way of the seller providing financing, right? With their credit, their down payment, and their personal guarantee, right? Because that's how agreement for sales work. So there's that way of doing it as well. But yeah, I guess, does someone want me to dive into any specific one? We use promissory notes, we use seller financing, we use registered/retirement funds. If anyone, wants us to dive in on any specific ones, let me know, and I will dive in specifically into one. Someone here said agreement for sale. Okay, so let's touch on that one. So agreement for sale, that's our most recent deal that we just did in Edmonton, Alberta. So basically, and we have an actual list for this. So we've got one for Canada right now. If you are interested, actually, you know what? If you're interested in the US list, it should be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so. So the where you'll get to know this first, or where you'll get access to this first, is actually on our email list. So team, if you DM us the word email, right, to get on our email list, because I know TikTok, the team's not on here with me. But yeah, and the other platform, DM me the word email, and we will get you on our email list, so that when we do release those seller financing deals in the US, it's primarily going to be in Florida, right, where we invest. We invest in Ohio, Florida, and Texas. You'll get first access to it. Okay. What's your opinion on? I'm not going to say that word, Ray. Good old TikTok always has you on to say stuff. Been down that rabbit hole way too many times. But so agreement for sale, which is basically like a wrap mortgage. So I'll talk about the deal. I'll talk about the deal that we did right now in Edmonton, Alberta. So it's actually close to University of Alberta, which is a very highly desirable area for young professionals, and then also for students, right? So lots and lots of people, lots and lots of people looking at that area. Oh gosh, TikTok, you make me laugh. But what was I saying? So the agreement for sale, let's just put the seller over here. I'm visual, I'm French, I talk with my hands. So the seller is over here. They are still the owner, okay? I technically do not own the property. Well, not me, my entity does not own the property as of now. However, we do have this is important, power of attorney on the property, meaning the current owner still holds the mortgage. I did not qualify for any financing, right? I didn't have to use my personal guarantee, didn't have to go in any of that, didn't have to pull up my, T4 income if I'm in Canadian, or W-2 income if I'm in the States, or 1099 or any of that. No notice of assessments, none of that. Zero qualifying. Okay. And I'm talking about agreement for sale or wrap mortgages here. The seller, current owner, still has the mortgage on the property, right? And still has the ownership on title on the deed. Now, what we have is a power of attorney, meaning they cannot do anything with the property without our agreements. I don't know, without our permission is the word I'm looking for. So they cannot do anything with that. And if you want access to this list, team, put the list, put the access to the list, or click the link for the list. If you're on TikTok, DM me the word list, and we'll send you the seller finance list. So what ends up happening is you have the POA on the property, so you control it. So now basically as of July 1st, we now control this property. The property manager is walking through today, actually giving us the market rents that they're going to be listing it as on, and we're going to have this rented out for August 1st. Okay. So this is now our property. We will control it. We will cash flow every single month through the rental income from the property manager collected. This is a deal, again, that we did not have to qualify for. Mel and I are actually in Calgary. We're in Edmonton next Tuesday, on the 9th. We will be, what does that mean? TikTok's telling me stuff. Yeah, we'll be in Edmonton next week. We're actually going to walk through the property. So if you're following us, we're going to do a YouTube video on it. We're also going to do some stories on it. We'll walk through, and then we're going to the Calgary Stampede. We'll be there for the last 2 days next weekend. So we'll visit the property. So the cool thing about this is that at the end of the term, right, this is a 21-month term. At the end of the term, we can literally decide to either sell it, the market is going up, so we can sell it and capitalize on that market appreciation that that will now be ours, or we can flip it to ourselves in one of our entities. And basically, as long as the asset goes up enough in appreciation, we technically won't even have to come up with a down payment. So that's the cool thing about these deals. We won't have to come up with a down payment. We can get new financing at, let's say, 80% loan to value, which if it's enough to pay out the existing seller what we had agreed upon, which we've already agreed upon a price, we don't have to come up with any money. We came up with $22,000 to close the deal, which was borrowed from someone else. So 100% finance deal. We closed on it. We borrowed actually $100,000 promissory note, which we have used to do a couple of deals now. We've used it to do the 10-unit hotel in Costa Rica. We used it to do the renovations in Ohio on a 3-unit flip. And now we're doing it as a downstroke for Edmonton, Alberta, agreement for sale deal. That's the beauty of creative financing, right? You can raise some capital to do over multiple deals. Can you leverage your LIRA funds? Yes. So LIRA, so for our Canadians, it's locked in retirement account, same as for RSPs and TFSAs. For our American friends, that is the same thing as your 401k or Roth IRA. So we have the contacts as part of our Action Family Mentoring Program, okay, which is where Mel and I show people how to purchase real estate just like we do. If you're interested, team, put the link to book a call, guys. You'll be speaking directly with me. We take it very serious about who comes into our Action family. I want to make sure that we it's people that are aligned, people that want to buy real estate, just like Mel and I. So definitely, team, give them the link to book a call. I'm going to be calling you because I want to make sure that we're on the same page. We'll jump on a call and make sure we're on the same page before you join the Action family. So if you want to learn how to do it, the team will put the link to book a call with us. So you can use your own registered or retirement funds. So let's use Canada as an example, then we'll do the US example. So in Canada, right, I'll talk about what we do. So you can borrow someone else's RRSPs, right, and use them in the form of a mortgage, either first or second mortgage. Now, this will be a mortgage just like the financial institution, right? It has to be in the form of a mortgage. Same in the US, you can use someone else's 401k in the form of a mortgage for a deal that you are doing. Now, this does not mean that they will be on title. No, they're just going to be like the bank, right? They're going to be a registered mortgage against title, against deed, but they do not own the property with you. Now, if you have your own registered funds or retirement funds, you can use them to buy in other places as well. So let's say in Canada, you have your own LIRA, like I think Camping had asked. You can use your own to buy a place in Florida, for example, or to buy a place in Costa Rica. Or if you're in the US and you have a 401k, you can use your own to buy a place in another country like Costa Rica, for example. Okay, so we show you how to do that. It's all in the form of mortgages. It just has to be done strategically, but that's definitely something that we show you. And again, if you're interested, book a call. Hopefully the team has it here, how to book a call. with us. Again, I'm going to be calling you directly because it's very, very important to us. And our coaching and mentoring, I want to make sure that we have the right people and that you're set up properly, and that again, it's a win-win, that you're actually benefiting from it, right? And that we're all a good fit. What to do if I'm not living in Canada or the US? You know what? We help a lot of people. You don't have to live in Canada or the US to invest in those two places. We have a lot of people that live in Mexico that are investing in the US. We have a lot of people that live in India that are investing in Canada and the US. We can definitely help you with that. Well, think about this. Mel and I are now investing in 5 different countries. We can only live in one country, right? So we're foreign nationals in the other 4 countries that we invest in. So what difference is it if I'm a foreign national investing in 4 countries or you're a foreign national investing in Canada or the US? So 100% we can definitely help you with that. Hopefully the team puts the link to book a call with us. I see people saying, hey, how do I book a call to make sure we're all set? Hopefully the team can put that in. Dave, what's your favorite guitar solo of all time? Favorite guitar solo of all time. What's that? Remember that video game, Guitar Hero? There was one of those that I used to love to play, to rip on. I can't remember but anyway, that was a fun game. I should get that for the kids. Thank you. Dean Dude 92, thank you. You know, you brought that up. I might have to buy that for the kids so that we can play that together Saturday Night Live. And for TikTok, it is IamReadyToInvest.com. So IamReadyToInvest.com. That will get you to book a call, and I'll be calling you to make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay, guys? Let me show this. Someone else was asking. Yeah, so again, it doesn't matter where you're located. We can help you buy properties in Canada and the US. I have 100K in November. What should I do? Don Lex. Ooh, okay. Appreciate you answering. I know it's not really relatable to what you're doing. It's music. Music relates to everybody. All good, man. So if I have 100K in November, what should I do? Well, you've got a couple of different options. You can, well, if you obviously you're watching me live, it's probably due to real estate. So people will typically use a lot of their own money and boom, one and done, right? They put as a down payment and now they're done and they have no more money to go do it again. I strongly suggest utilizing as very little as that $100,000 on as many deals as possible. And that's literally what we teach. So for example, if you can get different types of seller financing to get into an asset, even our list as well, some of the down payments are as small as $20,000. Okay. So you could buy, like theoretically with your 100K, you could buy multiple properties with that. Or you could utilize, the coaching and mentoring that Mel and I show and buy multiple properties. Like the year that we bought 12 properties in 12 months, we had a line of credit of $70,000 or so. So with 70K, and we didn't use all of it, right? We leveraged a lot of other people's money, coupled with our 70K, we kind of sprinkled it. We bought 12 properties in 12 months. This year, we're already on track. We've got 6 properties in 6 months. So if people are saying, Dave, the interest rates are not good right now. Bank of Canada reduced a little bit. The Fed did not reduce at all. We're still on track. We're 6 properties in 6 months so far this year. So yes, you can definitely do this. Okay. Don't let the interest rates stop you. Hello, Ms. Ba. How are you, man? Okay. Where to go? What business education background did you have before getting into this business model that helped you with business? So Minash, my background is literally, I was a firefighter. Okay. So I had zero education in regards to going to college, university to be a real estate investor. And that's the beauty of being a real estate investor is you don't have to have college or university. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not educated. It's just different. Do I have the Harvard degree in business? No, I do not have that whatsoever. I don't have any degree in business or any, masters or anything like that. What we do have though is Mel and I have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably millions now that I look at it now. Anyway, we've been doing this for 25 plus combined years. We still have 4 coaches. And we're always learning. So we don't have a degree per se on the wall of where we went to school to do this. but we have years of experience and good and bad and ugly that has helped us. So that's the thing. We're always learning. It doesn't mean we're literally going to school or college, university, but we are always learning, right? Continuous learners. And that's we pass on that knowledge to our Action Family Mentoring Program, right? We have lots of different offers and coaching and mentoring for all sorts of different people at different, walks of life, because not everyone needs a certain XYZ, right? We've got one-on-one, right? Some people are like, hey, Dave, I want you to literally hold my hand and walk me through. So we have one-on-one models. We have some models where you get access to us in a group. We have some where, all sorts of different things. So if you are interested in any of that, it is, where is it? IamReadyToInvest.com. You'll be speaking directly with Melrai to see, how you fit into that. So now Minash asked as well, what would help other people? Well, in my opinion, honestly, it is getting a coach or mentor. So and I'm not a stock guy. I'm not against him or anything. I just don't understand him, and I like real estate. So real estate, I always look at it this way. If you want to go practice or try with stocks, you can go in and use $20, $50, $100. Again, I don't know stocks. And you can go ahead. If you lose it, well, you lost $20 or $100, right? With real estate, which in my opinion is the best investment, there's no just putting $20 or $100 and seeing what happens. You're literally buying hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. And why would you gamble with that? Why would you take the chance of, oh, I'll just learn as I'm going, or, oh, you know what, I'm sure I'll figure it out, or, oh, I'll YouTube a couple of things. That's a pretty big risk. That's a risk. I'm not willing to take a risk like that. I hope you guys are not. And I'll typically see people that come to us after, like, hey, Mel and Dave, what was I going to say? Hey, Mel and Dave, I bought a place. It doesn't cash flow. I don't have an exit strategy. My money's stuck in it. And it's like, I wish you had come to us first. We still end up helping them. But that's the thing is, once you're into it, you're kind of stuck, right? So you got to make sure to buy the right properties. Okay, Daniel, how much do I need to buy a multifamily? It depends, right? It depends what you're buying. So there's some deals you can do with very little, right? We've done some deals with almost zero money, right? We've done some deals with zero money, some deals with almost zero money. The whole goal is to get as much loan to value or of the purchase price as possible. So that way your money, the least amount of money you have in the deal, the higher your return on investment is, and the higher you can leverage your own money, right? Awesome. Some questions on TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, if you guys have any questions, don't be shy as well. Perfect. Uncle DJ, can we know how much it is? Oh yeah, book a call and we'll be chatting with you. Because again, we have all sorts of different offers, right? And that's the thing is, there's no one size fits all. There's no cookie cutter. That's why I like talking to people directly. So if you book a call, I'm going to be calling you, asking you some questions, where you're at in your journey. What type of income do you have going on? What's your goals? All that. What type of access to funds do you have? And then from there, we'll dictate how, what might be best in next steps. Okay. So yeah, definitely book a call, guys. I'm 18 and I want to do real estate. Any tips for me? What I would do if I was 18 again, and because at 18 I didn't have much money, but what I would do is I would find someone who is in the same space that I want. So for example, I don't know, if you want to be a property manager one day, or you want to have a property management company, go volunteer with property management companies. What can you do? Right? Go cut the grass for them for free if they help show you how to do different things, right? Accompany them for viewings, accompany them for unit transfers or unit switchovers, things like that. If you want to be a real estate investor, right? We get people message us all the time. How can I provide value to you, Mel and Dave? How can I help you? And in turn, you help us, right? How can I grow with your team? So I would just honestly find someone who is doing exactly what you want to do and provide value, right? People are always saying, well, what can that person do for me? Well, what can you do for them, right? That's the kind of attitude I love when people approach us is, hey, I love what you're doing. I want to do what you do. How can I be of service to you? How can I help you? And then from there, we've built amazing relationships with a lot of people with that mentality. Mel and I are the same way too. Hey, how can I help you, right? How can we be a giver? How can we help you grow? And then from there, we've made some beautiful friendships and relationships over the years. So that's what, if I was 18 again, that's what I'd be doing. Do you buy through a trust? We do have trusts, and that's like we buy through entities. So in Canada, all our real estate is owned in corporations. In the US, all of our real estates are owned by LLCs. From there, then it spider webs up eventually to the trust. I live in Montreal. Do you guys make deals in Quebec? Yes, Mehdi, we can definitely help you if you want to buy in Quebec. That's the thing. Anywhere in North America, if you want to buy in the US, if you want to buy in Canada, again, we can help you and show you. We have the contacts and that as well. So definitely do not be shy, okay? And for those of you on TikTok, if you did want to book a call, it is IamReadyToInvest.com, and then we can chat there. You'll be chatting with me. What do you think about flipping? Is it also good real estate business? So what I love about this is with real estate, you can have different passive and active types of real estate. So for example, our real estate portfolio is a passive portfolio, okay? And our portfolio is big enough that we have an in-house property management company. Now, our in-house property management company, we do not manage the actual properties. We do not manage other people's properties. It's literally that oversees all the property managers in the different countries that we invest in. So that is active business. That is our active business, right? We also do flips. So you're asking, is flipping good? Currently, right now, we've got a flip going on in Cape Coral, Florida. The other flip that we were just outside of Cape Coral, I always forget the city. We were supposed to close today. The seller forgot to give a couple of docs to the lawyers and title company. So it looks like we're only going to close on Monday. But that's more of an active, right? Flipping is more of an active. So we've got our passive real estate portfolio, our multifamily units. And then we've got some flips going on. We're doing one in Ohio, in Akron, Ohio right now as well. So this is what I love about real estate. You've got the passive side that just keeps growing over time. The tenants pay you rent. So this is the cool thing. And hopefully the tenants pay you rent. So your debt goes down every month and the asset goes up in appreciation. So the gap that you have literally gets bigger every single month, as long as you pick in the right areas that go up, right? And that's the beauty of it. So that's the passive side of things. Tenants pay down your debt. You continue to appreciate through the market. The other thing as well is your personal net worth, your PNW. So if any of you have gone to qualify for financing in the last little bit, people will ask you, what is your PNW? What is your personal net worth? This is where our passive side of the portfolio has skyrocketed our PNW, because that's what it does, right? And your personal net worth is literally calculated by, let's just take an easy example. Let's say you have $1 million building, right? You've got the appraisal, it's worth $1 million, and you owe $500,000 to the bank. You guys see the math here? The $500,000 spread that you have in equity is literally your personal net worth. So your personal net worth goes up, and think about that. You've got a couple of buildings like that that have that equity in it, even the house you're living in. That's how you calculate your PNW. And that's the beauty of it, right? So Mel and I went from, I was a firefighter. She worked at our local college. We now have a 8-figure personal net worth just by buying buildings and keeping them over time. None of this is rocket science, right? It's just buying buildings, holding them long-term, passive side of things, the active side of things, doing some flips, having our property management company that, doesn't manage the actual asset, but manages the managers. And that's all set up by the accountants and the lawyers. Okay. Doc, amazing. I have learned a lot from you. You're welcome, Doc. Mez, I want to help your YouTube channel go viral. Cool. Yeah, we've got some of our YouTube stuff's got tons and tons of views. Message us, Mez. Again, there's always something. So send us a DM. I think you're on Facebook. Yeah, send us a DM. We can always chat. I think one of our reels, oh gosh, has 15 million views. And I looked at that a month ago, so I'm sure it's up by now. Which real estate model has the potential to bring in the most amount of money? Okay, so Minash, I almost see that as a loaded question. What is a lot of money? What is the period of time you're looking at? So for example, let's just go to the active and passive. So some of our active flips, like the one we're doing in Cape Coral in Florida, we're going to make, I don't know, somewhere, and I don't want to give final numbers, but we'll make tens of thousands of dollars in a short period of time, in 2, 3, 4, and 5 months, depending, when the actual sale happens and the transaction closes. But then we have some buildings where we just refinance them this year. Like there's one building that we refinanced multiple six figures, right? We've had it since like, I think 2017 or 2018. We refinanced it many times. So it's like both of them are great amounts of money. One is passive, we know hold it, and every 2 to 3 years we refi to get out that chunk of equity. So lots of money. And then on the active side, we're doing flips. And that's also lots of money. So it just depends on what you want to do, but you can make money in a lot of different ways with real estate. There we go. Oh, someone says, Dave, we got some book calls. Yeah, awesome, guys. And that's the thing. If ever you want to chat with me and you want to do what Mel and I are doing, IamReadyToInvest.com. Okay, I'm going to be calling you because, again, it matters to me who is applying to get into our coaching and mentoring programs. Not everyone is ready for it. Not everyone is at that place. And I care so much about our members and our students that I want to make sure that I'm calling you, right? You're going to be chatting with Mel or I directly. Yeah, because we want to make sure everyone's a good fit. So yeah, book a call. IamReadyToInvest.com. Be giving you a call. And if we can't help you, we'll give you some free stuff, right? We've got some stuff because everyone's at a different spot. Like, and that's the thing. Like, so the 18-year-old, I forget the name, someone that asked me, Dave, what should I do? They're at a totally different spot than someone that's in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Like, we have people from all walks of life. We'll have people that come to us and they say, Dave, I've had some people, I make 6 figures a year and I don't have time. So I need you to walk me through what we're doing. And then, we'll have one-on-one with them. We have some people that say, I can do some of my own development on myself. I just need the videos, the knowledge. I might need to ask you questions here and there. So we have different, things for nothings. We have different programs for that, for people like that. Some people just need videos and documents to get started. And that's the thing. There's no wrong way of learning. It's just meeting people where they're at in their journey. So we help people from all walks of life. Even if you don't live in the US or in Canada, we can also help you as well. Be an international investor, be a foreign national in different countries. We've got the financing that we can introduce you, let's say in the US. We also have deals. Like, let's say if I'm on the phone with you and I'm like, you know what? I just had the call with last week. I was on the phone with an attorney in the US and his wife. They make awesome money. And I was like, you know what? I don't think you need me right now. And I introduced them to different aspects, right? So for example, we have exclusive seller financing lists and we have exclusive turnkey deals. So again, we're still able to help them, not directly with our Action Family mentoring programs, right, in coaching, but that's the thing. If I can help someone, why not? People say, okay, where'd it go here? Where'd it go? Uncle DJ, people say don't buy in Ontario. It is not a market for landlords because of the landlord tenant board. So let's talk about this because this is a very hot subject. And it's not just Ontario. It's not just Canada. It's not just the US. There are certain provinces, and I'll just talk Canada and the US. There are certain provinces and states that are more landlord friendly. And there are certain provinces and states that are more tenant friendly. Like, that's just factual. It is what it is. So for example, in Canada, British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec, right? La Régie du Logement in Quebec, they are very, let's say, tenant friendly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Alberta, New Brunswick are more landlord friendly in Canada. In the US, right? Texas, Florida are more landlord friendly. That's where we're investing. And let's say California and New York are more tenant friendly. Now, you can make money in every single province and state that I talked about. It's just, what do you want? So if you're investing somewhere that is a little bit more, tenant friendly, make sure you underwrite accordingly. If there's non-payment of rent and it might be a little bit more time in order to be able to action that, make sure that when you're underwriting the asset that you might have vacancy and non-payment of rent a little bit more in there than you would in, let's say, Alberta and New Brunswick or Texas or Florida. So at the end of the day, to me, it's not a deal breaker. We still have millions of dollars of investment in Ontario. Ontario has been beautiful to us. But we just understand that there's different rules and you just got to play within them, right? And make sure that you're maximizing your return on investment. So invest where you want. That's the thing. Live where you want. Invest where returns are best. And just know that wherever you are investing, there's so much stuff going on TikTok here. so many different little buttons and screens that I don't understand. But yeah, you can invest wherever you want. So when is enough enough? Like, how much personally net worth do you need? Ooh, I like that. Okay. This is something that we get all the time. Mel and Dave, you have now purchased over 264 units in 5 countries. When is enough enough? I got my license 2 years ago. People are asking because now every time we do a transaction. So for example, every time I do a real estate transaction, whether I'm licensed or not in that province or state, I get a commission because it's my own deal. And there's different ways that you can make money. People will say, so now you got your license, now you're making money off that. Now you guys are buying more properties. Now you're doing more flips. Now you're buying more multifamily properties. When is enough enough is a personal choice. At the end of the day, when you're passionate about something, like I'll never stop buying real. And when I say I mean Mel and I, we'll never stop buying real estate. It's just the purpose. Like, again, when you know how to do something, you know how to do something right. People trust you with their funds, right? We always pay people back. We have never not paid anyone back. I'm not going to buy a deal if I can't pay someone back. I'm not putting myself in that dilemma whatsoever. That's not my cup of tea. And I strongly suggest you as well. Do not touch any money unless you know how to pay it back. But if we can continue to buy properties and cash flow and continue to expand our generational wealth for our kids. So when we pass away, the kids are going to inherit the portfolio. They technically already own 8 figures of real estate through beneficiaries, right? Through the trusts and all that. But we know how to do it. It's fun. It's purpose. It keeps us motivated. Like when I get deals that come in my inbox or text, I'm like, it's a whole different type of adrenaline. Like, why would I not do it? So I guess it's a personal choice. When is enough enough? I don't know. I haven't hit that spot yet. So I'll let you know when I hit it. But I think it's a very, very personal choice. But I like it. What are your thoughts on the Winnipeg market for flipping or rentals? Winnipeg's still good. I'm seeing a lot of different deals in Manitoba as well. Again, I look all over the place. So Mel and I, because we have so many students and members of our Action family, I'm not saying I'm an expert in every single province or every single state. However, we are looking at a lot of provinces. We are looking at a lot of states, right? I'm looking at Saskatchewan, Ontario, British Columbia, Alberta, New Brunswick, right? Looking at Halifax or Nova Scotia. We're looking at Texas, Florida, Ohio, Tennessee, California as well. So like we're looking at so many different areas. Costa Rica, again, I'm not talking about the short-term rental stuff that we do. You can make money anywhere. That's the beauty of it, is if you truly want to invest in, I think that was Greg, if you truly want to invest in Winnipeg, Manitoba, do it, right? And just make sure you do it right. Make sure that you understand, and I use my cash flow analysis matrix, right, that we've had trademark, like what is the deal doing? Stress test it, underwrite it. What are the ratios? What's the cash flow? And then because you're using it, well, like us, if you are using other people's money, how are you paying them back? The exit strategy is the most important thing, right? How are you paying them back? Does that make sense, Greg? My answer would have been the same if you said, Dave, should I invest in Montreal, Quebec? Should I invest in Houston, Texas? Should I invest in Jacksonville, Florida? Like, if you want to invest somewhere, just understand the metrics of that area and become an expert of that area, and then just know that you know what you're doing with the money. Any questions on TikTok? Just see. A lot of hellos. Might have missed some. Anyway, if you have questions, TikTok, do not be shy, please. Manash, I have tens of thousands in savings and Canadian account, and I'm looking to start investing next year, preferably in real estate. What should I do? Manash, book a call. Again, I'll call you. We'll have a conversation, right? It matters to me who gets into our coaching and mentoring programs. That matters to me a lot. We're very, very protective of our Action family and all our coaching mentoring programs, because we only want to work with people that we jive with, right? And that we can truly help. So book a call if you're interested, guys. And again, on TikTok, it is IamReadyToInvest.com. Book a call and we'll have a conversation. Okay. And again, we do have some exclusive seller financing deals. So if you are interested in the seller financing deals that we have, as of right now, it's for Canada only. The US deals are coming. Okay. Actually, we have other US deals. So if you are interested in some deals, right? TikTok, I did not put any links. DM us the word deals and my team will send you some links. Okay. If you are on TikTok, on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook watching me over here, the link is below. You can also DM us the word deals, and the team will, or myself will make sure to get back out to you. Okay. Where to go? I would love a call in Spanish. Ooh, I would love to be able to speak Spanish. So marketing, Sandy, as much as I wish, I only speak English and French. If you want to talk in French, I can. In Spanish, I'm not there yet. That is definitely on the bucket list. I would love to be fluent in Spanish. But still book a call in English or French. I'll have to do, I guess, for the time being. Sir, I want feedback that I've asked. Where'd it go? What is your question? So DHRuv _ what is your question? So I can chat with you, so I can answer your question. So team, make sure that I get that question, please. And I'll go to the next one here. Someone said, where'd it go? No, I answered that one. Oh, the team's not finding it. DHRuv, ask me your question. I can't find it and the team can't find it. So do not be shy. Ask your question again, please. Okay, I saw that earlier. Do I need to be a real estate agent in order to do like you do? No. Okay, so, and I should have cleared that earlier when I said, so I am a licensed real estate agent in Ontario. I was Alberta as well. And then, what was I going to say? I almost was in Montana as well. Doesn't matter. I am a licensed real estate agent in one area now. However, you do not need to be a licensed agent. I cannot stress that enough. You do not need to be a licensed agent. Okay. If you are a licensed agent, will it help? Yes. You have some back-end MLS access as well. You can get commissions on deals all over the place. Like Mel and I, now when we do deals in the US, I get a commission on it, even though I'm not licensed there. When we do deals in Costa Rica, I get a commission on it, even though I'm not licensed there. But you do not need to be a licensed real estate agent, okay? Please, I cannot stress that enough. Donalex, buy through a trust. Yeah, we do have trusts. We buy technically through there, but the assets themselves are held by LLCs in the US and corporations in Canada. We're huge on that. We actually have, that was one of our biggest mistakes, guys, is we did not, at one point, Mel and I owned 18 properties in our own name. Okay. That was I laugh now instead of crying. That was a huge mistake. 18 properties all at once in our own name. Literally, it was hundreds of thousands of dollars in mistakes. So we had to create entities. We had to roll the properties over into them. So we had to break mortgages. We had to pay lawyers twice. We had to pay accountants twice. Some land transfer taxes twice. It was an absolute disaster. So that's something as well that we help show people is how again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. I definitely don't want to pretend that I have those credentials. However, we show people how we are structured, right? In our coaching and mentoring program, we show you literally, it's me on the whiteboard showing you how I'm structured in the different countries and why, and then introducing you to the same pros we use. So how important would it be? Answer the question. Someone give me a yes or no. Is it important to have the right lawyers and attorneys, accountants, CPAs, mortgage brokers, insurance brokers, and real estate agents? Yes or no? Is that important? Someone give me a yes or no. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I should have been a light up yes, 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 yes. It is important, guys, because if you have the wrong lawyers and attorneys and they are not structuring your deals correctly to generational wealth and to pass it on to, your kids, your family, your church, your community, that's going to be a mess. If you don't have the right accountants thank you, Jessica. If you don't have the right accountants, Jessica, I think you're part of the Action family. That's awesome. See, you got my back. I love it, Jessica. If you don't have the right accountants or CPAs, who are going to help structure yourself so that, you're legally and ethically and morally keeping as much money as possible from CRA and IRS. There you go. Mary Angel gives it a yes too. I love it. You're not doing yourself any service, and mortgage brokers that aren't getting you the best financing that you could creatively. So that is a huge thing. So if you want access to those professionals, again, that Mel and I use in our portfolio that we've purchased now over 264 units, book a call. IamReadyToInvest.com. right? So I've clicked the link here, iamreadytoinvest.com. Let me just tag it right here. On TikTok, if someone can put it in, www.iamreadytoinvest.com, iamreadytoinvest.com. Again, I'll be calling you directly because I want to make sure that you're set up for success. And if I can help you, then I will. And then we can talk about which avenue is best for you. Okay. There we go. Found it. Perfect. There. And guys, honestly, it's no longer a matter of someday. Like that's the thing that's huge. People think it's a someday. And if you keep your goals in someday, they're never going to come. And that's something like that I talk to people. I've talked to people that, hey, Dave, I spoke with you 2-3 years ago. I didn't take action then. I am now. And it's like, hey, beautiful. You're still taking action now, but it would have been even better if you took action 2 years ago. So if you're that person that is thinking, oh man, yeah, Dave, this all sounds amazing. Someday I'm going to, get myself educated and start buying buildings. Someday never comes. Like that's the issue. Someday never comes. So it should be no longer a question of, am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? Book a call with me. iamreadytoinvest.com. Let's have a conversation. Again, you're going to be speaking with me. We're going to chat about where you're at, what your goals are, right? If you have a partner or spouse, make sure they're available because I want to talk to everyone. I want to make sure that I get the full story with everyone. We'll talk about where you're at financially, what you got going on. And then let's talk about what's best for you, right? Let's literally build out a plan on how Mel and I can help you with the Action family with one of our coaching and mentoring options. And let's just figure it out. And then it's no longer a point of, oh, yeah, someday. Guys, we are already 6 months in. We're already past halfway mark on 12. Gosh, I get goosebumps when I think about that. We're already past the halfway mark of 2024. Mel and I are already on 6 properties in 6 months. There's no reason why you cannot do the exact same thing. So book a call. It's no longer of, one day or someday. It's today. Let's talk. Okay. Let's definitely have a conversation. DH Roof, how to start real estate developer journey with low capital. I've done a bachelor's in marketing. I have knowledge about real estate, but I don't have enough money to buy land and construction. Okay. And just to be completely honest, we are not developers. Okay. And just to be honest with DH Roof, I am not a developer. I'm not the expert of buying land, all of that stuff. And why? I'll just explain. I have a lot of friends, in the real estate world that are awesome at that. And I'm like, hey, kudos to you. That is not my lane. I know my lane and I know it well. What Mel and I love doing, I love buying an existing business. Like the way I look at it, and again, nothing wrong with development, but the way I look at it as, there's no money coming in. And I don't love that. Like I want something that is already existing, that already has tenants, that I can make better, force the appreciation. And the way I look at it too is I'm buying a business. Let's just make it up. I buy a fourplex. Okay. So 4 units. We're all on the same page. I'm buying 4 units right now. I'm just making up a scenario. Why do I prefer that than buying bare land that has no income? The bank loves to lend on multifamily because they know if Dave stops paying me, I've got those 4 tenants in there, right? I've got that already pre-existing business that are going to pay the mortgage every single month. What I love about that too is I'm cash flowing most likely from day one, right? Sometimes the buildings don't cash flow and that's why we do creative financing, but I'm buying a pre-existing building. Then I go in, one of the tenants moves out. This happens all the time every year. Let's say one of the tenants went to school. Well, now they moved out because they're going back home or they're done their program. All right, I go in, I do some renovations. I make the unit better. I make it nicer. I refresh it with today's new colors and today's new countertops, X, Y, Z. And now I charge market rent. So my business, which is the 4-unit rental property that I'm talking about right now, my business is already making more money. I've increased my net operating income. Okay. That's what I love. From day one, I'm able to have a business, get it financed by the bank, leverage other people's money, and do my thing. Okay. So that's why I like buying multifamily properties. And again, if you do development, yes, you'll have when you sell it, you'll have a huge influx of cash. I agree. It's just, I like money all the time. Like I want money all the time. I want money as soon as I buy an asset. I want cash flow coming in. I want to, have that market appreciation. And I want to know that it's already done, right? As long as you do your due diligence, the zoning's already done. It's already an allowable, a legal asset that the units are already allowed to be there. Someone's already gone through the building and the zoning and the fire and making sure that it's all up to snuff with code. And like, I'll do the due diligence. I'll make sure that all that is done, but I don't want to be the person that goes through it. Like that to me, I'd rather go, oh, zoning check mark, the amount of units check mark done. It's up to fire code. It's up to building. Cool. I've done my work. I didn't have to lift a shovel. I'm talking about what I like. And the bank is going to finance me based on the rents, right? That servicing mortgages. And I get to get into it with other people's money. So that's what I love. And DREV, okay, good. I must start with the buy and flip properties. And I'm not saying don't do development. Guys, please don't think I'm saying that. I'm saying selfishly, I don't want to do all that work. I want to get into something that someone else has done all the hard work. And yeah, I might have to pay market value for it, but it's going to go up over time and I don't have to, stress about all that. Sid, love your videos, Dave. Melon, you are amazing. If you're okay, I thought you were saying I wish you looked younger. No, in your younger, oh my gosh, if your younger self had 30K saved in your bank, what would you do with it? Sid, book a call. I wish younger me could talk to me now. So, which sounds kind of weird actually, but Sid, I want you to book a call. I'm going to be calling you. Okay. I'm calling everyone that books a call because I want to make a game plan with everyone so that we can get you started on your journey. So what I would say is book a call and let's talk about real estate. Guys, I shouldn't say this. In my opinion, I believe the market is going to be going up. Now, again, let's say Bank of Canada reduced about a month ago. Historically, I'm just saying historically, no crystal ball here. Once the Bank of Canada has done a cut, it historically continues. The Fed, I know it did not cut 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, but historically, right, the elections are like 6 months from now. Historically, they do cut in election years. So Sid, book a call and let me talk to you. Uncle D, the Action Family Program is known for educating how to use other people's money. Is it still more folk? Yeah, Uncle, that's the thing. Uncle DJ, yes, the Action Family, again, we show people how Mel and I do it. It's how to buy income properties using other people's money, creative financing, doing it in the 5 different countries. That being said, if me saying creative financing to you, you go, I don't want that. I have my own money. If you have your own money, we can show you how to buy income properties as well. You don't necessarily need to use other people's money. What we're going to show you is if you have your own money and you're using your own money, right? The most important part of that is getting that money back to do it over and over and over again. So if you want to use your own money, cool. We can still help and show you. And then we'll be able to make sure that you rinse and repeat and use your money over and over and over again. Okay. Doc, amazing. Learned a lot from you. Awesome. Cool. No, this is good, guys. So yeah, if you're interested, again, if anything I've talked about today, whether it's joining our Action Family Mentoring Program, if it's Mel and I helping you in any capacity, book a call, right? www.IamReadyToInvest.com. Again, I'm going to be calling you personally because I care who gets into our mentoring programs. I want to make sure that I'm speaking with you. And in any way that I can help you, even if it's not joining our mentoring program, there might be some free resources that I can give to you and set you, on the best path possible. But yeah, so cool. So amazing. Thank you so much to everyone that joined. IamReadyToInvest.com, or if you're watching this after, because it's going to be posted on some places, like for example, YouTube, and you're like, oh, I missed out on some of the links, DM us, okay? DM us the word either deals, because we bought some exclusive deals as well, right? Some exclusive seller finance deals where you can get into some deals for as low as $20,000 without having to qualify, without having to go on your personal credit or anything like that. So it's basically agreement for sale deals. We've got some in Canada right now. Our US deals will be next week for those basically wrap mortgages or AFS deals. So message us, we'll get you hooked up with that. We also have some turnkey properties in the US in places that we're investing, like Texas, Ohio, Florida. So again, DM us the word deals and we'll send you a couple different links. But if you want to chat with me in regards to different coaching and mentoring and work directly with Mel and I, www.IamReadyToInvest.com. Let's no longer make it a someday, future, kick the can down the road. Because I talked to a lot of people who have kicked the can down the road and they really, really wish they hadn't of, whatever. So don't be that person.